Okay, so this is cool. So I titled it Balayage Highlight. So people are just starting to come on. Hey guys! Look, here I'll show you in the mirror because I can't see when y'all's comments or who's coming on when it's faced around towards me. So I just wanted to show you, I'm using Wella Free lights right here. I got some 50 volume mixed up in there. I got some cotton even though I decided I don't need it. And then I got my roll of plastic. So, and I got my tripod right here. This is her first section I set up. You can see I did a V. I need to wipe that right there. There. And then lifting up underneath there. Let's see if you can see. See the transition where it's nice and smooth right there. I don't know why I don't want to focus. Howdy. So we have this first section done. I'm going to set y'all up on the tripod so you can watch me paint a couple sections. Let me close the blinds. There, y'all can see better? Awesome! So we're going for a real natural highlight. And this is her natural hair color, right? You've never done anything to it before, Maya? So yay! Alright. There. One of my favorite tips is have a wet towel. Maria Booth showed me that. Make sure to have a wet towel. You can wipe your hands before each section. Hey, hun. Oh, sorry. I was like, I haven't ate all day.
Where's the I'll make it.
My hun just brought me a protein shake. We're broadcasting. I guess walk around since I got everything set. Look, this is Tanya Clark's daughter, Maya. We love your mom. Okay, so I loaded up my brush a little bit. I got some on the back of my hand. I'm gonna hold this about midway down. Can y'all see? There. And I'm gonna just start stroking in the middle. Working my way up, keeping my product smooth. Is it on that? Is it in that bottom one, hun? The bottom left one right there. I ran out of lightener on my brush.
Why does it look cloudy like that in your picture?
I don't know, maybe my camera needs, maybe my phone needs to be wiped. Kenny's gonna come wipe it. Did that help?
Yep.
Oh, it did help. So I'm painting. Who? Tanya? Probably say she's running late or traffic or something.
You just do like half this, right?
Yeah. Can y'all see? You see I got pretty consistent product right there? So underneath I'm going to do some V's, but when I get to the top section I'm going to go to some single points. I would say one of the most important things is consistency with the amount of product that you have. You don't want to, where the product's thicker and whiter, you're going to get a more saturated blonde. Where the product's thinner and more speckled, you would get speckles because it's not consistent lightener right there. Got a little bit more on my brush. I'm pretty happy with the consistency. You can see that it's pretty I have it a little tapered right there, but pretty consistent with lightener. From about this midpoint, I'm going to make sure and saturate both top and bottom. So that way she gets a real nice sun-kissed feel with a nice pop of blonde on the ends. Thank you, hon. I'd already forgot I called you for that. I've been like, go, go, go. My extension girl looked so freaking awesome. They couldn't even tell her hair, it was extensions. Like, I started singing Little Mermaid out there to her. Aww. Thank you. Okay. I wanted to show y'all this. Check the underneath section. Do you see how splotchy that is right there? That will create lines. This is one of the most important things I found, that if you do not check this bottom section, I like to take my wet towel and just smooth it out a little bit. That way the color stays very gradient along with your transition from less saturated to more saturated on the bottom. After I wipe that, I'm going to go ahead and recheck everything. Just smooth that out. Go through, saturate a little bit more on the ends. Boom. Boom. What do y'all think? Looks so easy, right? It is. I think I found, I watched a lot of DVDs. I watched Nancy Braun's Caribbean series. That helped me a lot. It helped me with the basics of trying to figure out, what do you do when you touch up? What do you do when you're doing fresh color? What do you do? Like, what's the why? Why are you doing this? Why would you paint these? Why would you paint single strokes? Yeah. Protein shake.
This is fun when she does that. I get so embarrassed I don't even.
That's how you get skinny at work, life of a stylist. You gotta feed your body. You can't starve your body all day, you get fat. Okay, next section. Put a little bit of lightener on the back of my hands. Hold the section taut. Start about mid-strand. Working your way up. What do you...
Was your brother, your mom and your brother for getting us clowns on it, like in the teacher's parking lot? I remember that last time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that happened the last time.
Okay.
I'm like, did you even know?
No, I knew about it because my dad got really mad.
Oh, your mom said you, your dad did.
He cares about the car more.
What is it? What does your brother drive?
He drives 4Runner maybe?
Toyota?
Mm-hmm.
Is it blue?
No, it's like gray.
Oh, I know.
Blue? Why'd you ask if it's blue?
Because that's the
funny.
one I like, the blue with the white top.
Oh.
Has like a white top.
I'm like, why would you ask that? That's so funny. Bye, hun. Thank you.
I forgot he was gonna come.
I know, I forgot too. And then he was here. I was like, oh, perfect. That's why I called him earlier. I had to call Kenny and tell him, hun, bring me a protein shake. I haven't ate all day. I only had a protein shake in the morning. And then some cleanse solution to cleanse my body and water. And then nothing. I made a little mess up here. Wipe that off. So I'd been watching this DVD from this lady's, like, the Balayage Beast. She's, like, been doing it forever, right? And she says, the goal is you want your clients to look like they've spent a month in the Caribbean, right? And I'm like, okay, I like that. I want to spend a month in the Caribbean. So one of the first people that I did after watching the DVD a whole bunch of times. I'm not even joking. My client goes, "This is really great. This looks like I've been in the Caribbean for a month." I was like, shut up. Did you just really say that? Did this just really happen? Because that's the goal. The goal is... It's like, you just made my day. You're going to make me cry.
Perfect.
I know, right? I was like, oh my gosh. I've succeeded. I've succeeded, Nancy Braun. My client said that her hair looked like she was in the Caribbean. Okay, now that I got this section done, I'm going to check underneath. Oh, look at that. It just stops. Line of demarcation right there. I just kind of wipe it like this. Hold my tension, feather it down. You can already see that's a little smoother. Look, nice and smooth transition. Then I'm going to come back, and I feel like when you lift it, you kind of take away from some of the saturation from different pressure on your finger. So I can just go redo this part. Wherever you want it the lightest is where you need to really saturate that lightener. You can see through it, it is not going to be as light as possible. Touch it underneath. I made my own boo-boo. There. Oh, you see my little baby on the wall? He's so cute. I literally was singing out there to my client. Oh.
She does good water.
She did, right? I told her, has anyone called you Ariel yet? No. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. That's just a sin. No one's called you Ariel.
Is that your baby on the wall?
Yes. He's so cute.
What's his name?
Venice. We named him after Venice Beach, California.
How old is he?
He is 18 months. I can't believe it already. I'm still like, my baby, my baby. Like, he's not that much of a baby. He's a toddler.
Yeah. Oh, he's still pretty small.
I know one of my clients said, he's always going to be your baby if he's the youngest. Who's the youngest? You're the youngest, right?
Yeah.
Does your mom still call you her baby?
Yeah. And my dad.
Aw, see?
And then Noah's the older one.
Beautiful day. In fact, take a look at this gorgeous picture from Camp Verde Ranch, a mostly clear start.
Hey, how'd your mom do with that run?
Which one?
Didn't she go to the coast?
Oh, yeah. Her team placed like,
Because they're all
like
supposed to be really
sixth
good,
or
right?
something overall. Yeah. They did really good apparently. But they got first place in their category or something like that, but then they got like maybe like it was in between like 6th and 10th place, like
Overall?
out of like 2,000 teams.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's why they wanted your mom, because they're the best. They needed the best. Okay, you see how smooth all that is? And that's even feathered right there where it just doesn't get really dark. Like I kind of tapered that up. You can tell this is going to be a little lighter right here versus how consistent and heavy and saturated these ends are. You can control the brightness and lightness with saturation. If you want it really soft and blended, then you need to feather it more.
That feels like at about 95. And it'll be slow to cool off this evening. So if you have an evening plan, make sure water's within arm's reach. Make sure you're
Yeah. Everyone always asks, is that hair color? She's asking about the tattooing, so y'all can see it on the wall from there because my husband that came, he does the permanent makeup and tattoos. So, I'm always have to tell him, no, that's not hair color, it's tattooing. All I could think of is if that was hair color, I would really need like 6 bottles at a time. Like, there's not a lot of stuff in there.
And on Friday, as this pattern begins to
Check
shift. Now, the dew
underneath.
points are still healthy. I mean, upper 60s means rain if we have the rainmaker. But high pressure still in control, still expected to move out to the west as we get to Friday and Saturday. But the change now is that as the high gets out, the sea breeze showers that are out in the Gulf.
Y'all see how smooth that transition is? I swear this one thing changed my life for balayage. Thank you, Maria.
Rain event over the weekend, but chances of sea breeze showers are definitely looking better for Saturday and Sunday. All right, temperatures tomorrow. We start around 7.
Are you going on any more trips in the summer besides Schlitterbahn?
We're going to Vegas because of that clap, because of my thing that I made. Just that, and then after that, our plan is we should be able to open the salon by April. So the goal is after that, we're not going to spend a single dime on nothing. And they're going to have to be like cheap passes. We'll save all of our pennies and nickels, and then hopefully we'll be able to open the salon.
Y'all gonna have your own?
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. Are there like, what are the other companies in here?
They have massage, nails, facials, and that's really pretty much it. Hair. I feel like mainly everything's hair in here.
Yeah. There was this lady, I was at the mall yesterday, and I went into Steve Madden, and there was this lady sitting there, and the people working there like asking her like, oh, what do you do? Because I think they knew her. And she was like, oh, I do permanent makeup. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know something about that. And she was like, we do like eyebrows and hair and stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Do you remember what her name was? Did she say her name?
She said she worked on like off of like 410 or something.
Laura Frisk, probably.
But is she like
An older kind of Hispanic lady.
She's Hispanic with long like
Very
dark
like
hair. She's
pretty,
not, yeah.
still like very ladylike kind of.
She's not that old though. She's like.
She doesn't look old, right? She doesn't. No,
Yeah,
that has to
she's-
be Laura because
Probably.
she's off. There's not a lot of people. That's
Yeah.
actually the lady that Kenny grew up with, her cousin.
And then they both ended up
No, her
doing.
nephew. Kenny rode the bus with the nephew and the nephew's soon-to-be wife, like since 5th grade or
Oh my
something.
god. They've known each other since 5th grade and now they're getting married.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I feel like that's so random to happen. I'm like, that
I
hardly
know.
ever happens.
Yeah, I know. But then also like in all the TV shows, people always marry like the people they knew in high school, which seems so unlikely.
It is, and plus, like, how boring. Who wants to marry the same old person that you...
Yeah.
Like, don't you want to go have some adventures in your life?
Yeah, the people
and-
that you've known since you were like in your teenage years, that's kind of boring. I agree.
You're like, I've known you my whole entire life. I want someone new.
Yeah. I know a couple who they've known each other since kindergarten, and then they got married later. I just think that's so insane. I think you get tired of them. Like, after even high school. I'm tired of, like, some of the people in my grade, and I've only known them for, like, 10 years.
Y'all see that section? It looks pretty smooth, right? Okay. Check underneath. Now when I do this wipe under here, I don't really like to hold it up and try to wipe like that. That's where you find yourself getting lightener on the top section and you don't really have any pressure, so I kind of just blindly wipe underneath, knowing kind of like where my blend is, and then I just lift it up and check it after that. There.
Chill with the coolest treats in Texas? Well, you can stop now. From Sundays to Spritz to the one and only Bridget.
Okay, I'm gonna mix some lightener up. I like to only do one scoop at a time so you don't ever lose potency in your lightener. I do that even when I'm foiling for everything. even if I know I'm going to use it, like I always feel like time's going against you. So I got Blonde Door, Wella Free Lights, 50 volume, and my comb. I'm going to move my brush. That actually wasn't a full scoop, so I'm going to do just a little half scoop. And I'm just going to pour literally like maybe 2 tablespoons worth. And kind of just mix up from there. I'm also going to go cover this section with some saran wrap. So you can see as you're mixing it, it's kind of clumpy. You want it extremely thick, but you also want it spreadable. If you can't get a smooth spread on it, it's probably a little too thick, but it's such a fine line with mixing the balayage lightener that you have it too thick, too thin, you're gonna either have it too runny in spots or too thick and it won't spread. Both yield results with spots. I'm going to do literally like a drop. I already know how I like my lightener after practicing, so I put maybe like a nickel size in here. There, that looks good. Nice and thick. To where, there, you see it still didn't want to come off, but I can get a pretty nice spread on it. A frost really nice like icing. Look how cool that already looks. I love it, look how cool that already looks. Okay. I got this perforated saran wrap from a shipping company online. I just googled balayage perforated saran and it came up.
For over 50 years, Discount Tire has been the place where America saves on tires. We're not just about tires, we're about people. Come see the difference.
I really feel like the Wella Free Lights needs to be wrapped, that you're not going to get the lifting power that most people are wanting if you don't use 50 volume and saran wrap. I use Solaris already, and Solaris, you don't really need to do this, but I really feel like with the Wella Free Lights, if you don't do this, you're probably not going to be happy with your lifting results.
And we'll do it for free. $75 savings. Too good to be true. Where savvy furniture shoppers shop and sell. My constipation and belly pain feel like a raging storm. I've tried laxatives, but my symptoms keep returning.
My constipation feels like a heavy weight. It keeps coming back.
Linzess can help. Once daily Linzess treats.
There's a bad girl and did not wipe the back of my hand.
Linzess is thought to help calm pain-sensing nerves and accelerate bowel movements. Linzess helps you proactively manage your symptoms. Do not give Linzess to children under 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to 17. It may harm them. Don't take Linzess if you have a
It may harm them. Holy.
develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially at your blood stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Okay, this section I'm going to move to some single points so you get more of a natural. Say hi, Maya. Hi. Get more of that natural sun-kissed look as the lightness is moving away from the face.
Do you know how many viewers you have?
When it's turned around, you can't see, but the other way you can see how many viewers. So right now, no, but if we turned it around, we could see.
Just a bunch of little farts.
Yay! That's someone saying, I'm here, I'm here. Can anyone see? Can y'all see how many viewers there are? Maya wants to know. Maya wants to know who's watching. Nope, someone's hiding. Who's on there? Who's purple? See how I did this? This is a single point. You can see how that's going to look very natural, like the sun just kissed the front of her face. I already love it. I will bring this up a little bit on the side right here. Let me see. When I'm doing a single point, let's see if y'all can see this better. Okay, you see how when I'm doing a single point, I will feather this up a little bit on the side.
I'm passionate about the way it looks. And the great looks are
I feel like it gives more of like a natural look without doing like a V.
your Father's Day sale at Bell's.
Your story doesn't add up. Where were you Friday night?
Excellent.
Tell me again about this deal.
I switched to Time Warner Cable and got more HD and movies from Epix, ultra-fast internet, and unlimited nationwide calling.
Go on.
With TV equipment included, all for
Looks pretty consistent. Look underneath. I need to clean my spot.
That's a great deal. Oh, I love the show.
Oh, you need to binge it the whole weekend.
Maya's like, I'm getting my hair done and I'm getting a hair lesson too. I'm gonna be able to tell all my friends what she did and why.
And I can teach them how to do it.
See, look, pretty smooth. There, looks good to me. Let's go resaturate that top part right there. Discount Chrysler. Okie doke. That looks pretty darn good. I dig the movement of that. So I'm just going to continue with single points. So she gets, when she runs her fingers through her hair like this, you get that natural movement. I'm also going to, let's see. I'm going to leave a little chunk for some contrast so that, look, right here you have light. Right here you're going to have a dark. I think that's what makes really pretty when you don't focus so much on fully concentrating the ends and you do leave that depth in there. I feel like we always leave so much depth at the root when you're doing these that people forget to leave some depth on the ends. So I got my next section here, working in the middle.
Salmon has been fished the same way for thousands of years. It's considered a sacred fish for good reason. Kings are the richest wild salmon with the highest omega-3 content.
And I always like to keep my section like so smooth and straight right here.
Right out of the Columbia River and keep it fresh all the way to Texas. So the next time you're at HEB, ask for the true king of salmon.
Do you like wash it out or do you blow dry it?
This, the lightener?
Yeah.
No, after this, we're going to let you process and then we will wash it off.
Distinctive style at K&G. Select men's suits are buy one, get two free. And complete the liquid dress shirt, 2 for $25. Come to shop, prepare to save at K&G.
See how I brought that up a little bit on the side? I feel like this still needs a little bit more lightener, you can see. My section wasn't taut enough, so I had to regroup it because I couldn't really get the lightener where I wanted it. See how much better that looks right there? Boom. Working it on the ends where I make sure and really want that top. See the consistency of the lightener? Super saturated. No saturation on the ends underneath. I'm really working it in that last anywhere from like about 3 inches. Yes, I'm so glad Wheel of Fortune is on.
Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune?
I was just gonna say Jeopardy was on earlier, and I hate Jeopardy because I always feel so stupid after I watch it. I'm like, how do people really know this useless information?
I'm so glad Wheel of Fortune's on. I love it.
No, I can actually like guess the Wheel of Fortune answers sometimes.
Do you have the app, the Wheel of Fortune?
I did for the longest time.
So did I. It was so fun.
And we would always play it, and then one of our other friends, we had an app that told you the answers. So we would like guess as much as we could.
And then click off and go to
But, you know, I stopped playing that because I really felt like their answers were bogus and that I should be right more than I am. I was like, this game's a rip. I'm not playing it no more. It's a waste of my time.
And I'd be on it for so long because it would be like, do you want to play another game? And then it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yes, I do. How'd you know?
Firefighter, right? Yes, sir. And the Navy vet? Yes, sir.
Boom.
Yes, I've been married 3 years.
I've actually gotten pretty fast at this. I feel like I'm going a little slower so y'all could see. But that looks pretty darn good right there. I'm gonna go, okay. Her left side is where she parts heavy, so I've actually skipped that section for this section so that way I can get the heavier side done in processing.
Hi, Alan. Speaking of the Navy, Alan Bratz from San Diego.
I'll leave a little gap.
I've been in for just about 10 years now. Enjoying every minute.
I'm actually going to switch and I'm going to do a V in the back because
We have a 2-year-old son, Aiden.
I want some lightness at the root. I feel like the movement isn't going from face to away, like there's a natural motion of hair to go back. This kind of goes straight down, so I'm going to do a V.
And it's phrase. Michael.
Bye-bye.
Everybody else now. Alan.
Aye, Captain.
Where do you say bye-bye?
He was trying to do bye-bye.
Michael. We don't have to talk about it now. Well, all I want to say is, as a former Navy guy, you didn't say bye-bye, Captain.
You didn't say bye-bye, Captain. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, baby. Here, keep your head tight for me. Go stay right there. Perfect.
Shopping spree.
On we go. Living things. That's the category. And Alan, go ahead, spin the wheel. There's 1 hour. Yeah, pick up that wild card. You also have $500.
Line E, please.
1E.
And what only one in that giant thing to that?
Yeah, that makes me. I'm like, how am I supposed to guess the word with no vowels?
Oh.
Wild card didn't last long. Yep, Vince, your turn.
I hope there's not 2 A's.
900. T. There's 1 T.
I'd like to buy about A.
2 A's. Oh. Rough start with a bankrupt Michael Thompson. 900. L. 1 L.
Looks pretty smooth.
You're going to be all right. 900. M. Yeah, 4 M's. 3 assets, $500 apiece to go. $5,750.
Oh, what is this one? Look at that.
Okay.
Salmon. Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
Say that 5 times fast. Salmon swimming. Oh, that's not that good.
They all have some money, including his $5,000.
Nice smooth transition.
In Wheels Shop Your Way sweepstakes, you get more.
To see Wheel of Fortune here at Wall an audition for the chance to be a contestant on the show. And a $2,500 shopping spree courtesy of Shop Your Way.
Wow, that is more. Hi, welcome to Camry Limited. The bold 2015 Camry comes with 0% financing and lots of other features. Backup camera, blind spot.
Wipe my gloves real good. Won't make that mistake twice.
Here we go. Doppler weather overlay.
It's only a great deal. It's a great car. Toyota. Let's go places.
You're giving me a hard time, surrender.
That's what I do. At A&E Air Conditioning, we pride ourselves at helping people when their air conditioning systems fail. A&E Air Conditioning, always efficient, always effective, always excellent.
Save up to $200 on 4 tires at NTV. Get $100 off instantly, plus another $100 after rebate with your NTV credit card.
It's from where I wet it to wipe the ends. It like wet and dried already. It's like, hey, that's not nice.
Happy Father's Day show is brought to you by the following.
I'm kind of working with the natural movement of the hair now for my sectioning. Like, see, this section is going to lay straight down. This section will have more movement going away from her face. This section, I think I'm going to come do this next side now. And my section on the top is actually like a triangle. The point at the front and the base at the back of her head now.
Heartburn at night. That's it. I need to kick acid and roll lots of things.
It goes to work instantly on your worst heartburn, bloating, and gas.
That's fun.
Kick acid and gas with new Rollings Advanced.
Kick acid gas?
kick acid, I guess.
Oh, kick acid. I'm very clever. That side. I'm already ready for lightener again. I'm going to mix that real quick. I'm actually going to sign off. I'm going to wrap this up and then I'll come on when we're done so y'all can see the finished product. Bye, y'all. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, guys. So I still got to take my after picture, but hey, Lauren. I wanted to show y'all. So look, this is her natural color with just the Wella Free Lights and the 50 volume. Hey, Lauren. So, I mean, look how natural that she's in love with it right now. Yes, move it around. Do it there. So you can see, like, look how natural. Oh, you're such a good client. Look at you. You guys like it? I still got to take my after picture. Lauren says, love Free Lights, beautiful color. Here's the other side. Okay, now do this side. Look. Woo! Hey, Shonda. Everyone loves it. Hi, Cyber Shears. Everyone's clapping and getting lots of hearts. Look, this is what you look like when you work all day long and then make beautiful, shiny hair. Hey, Sarita! Look at all the hearts. Like, she loves it. She's like, I'm modeling. I love it. That's what she wanted. She said this is how her hair looks, like, at the end of summer, but she didn't want to wait. But I wanted to show you, so look, in here where I kind of feathered it on, like what I talked about earlier with the consistency of the thickness, like, of the concentration, like, up here, I feathered it on softer, so I didn't get that really solid white concentrated lightener there, to where in the front I really made sure that like you couldn't see through the hair. I got the front and the back, and you see the difference, like all this sat on the same amount of time, same strength of lightener, softer, more natural results right there, versus the parts where I really concentrated on lightening it, got really light. And this, y'all, is no toner. This is how pretty your hair lifted up naturally. Right? Awesome. I love balayage for kids because it's like, looks so natural on them and they can have fun. I love it. It's so shiny too. I also styled with Biomega products. Yes, flip it, move it. Look, oh my gosh, I need every client, okay, coming back. I need every client to be just like this. If any of my clients are watching, you take notes. When we periscope something, you do it like this. Like she's having way too much fun. I with my hair. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, y'all, I still have to take my pictures and her mom's on her way to pick it up. Look, it's dark outside. Ah, bye y'all.